What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Lewis here. It's January, and news is kind of slow. Not really, sort of, but there's always something to talk about. But today I want to take the time to talk to you. So I'm going to have some call-ins. All right? I'm going to have some call-ins today. I invited a few people to come in. I have a couple topics, like 4 topics. People are still, you guys are getting the notification, so you should be coming in a bit. So as always, I want to see if you guys have any cool topics you want to bring into the conversation, and make it like a cool little few hours, I don't know, 10 minutes. Maybe we'll just go on for 10 minutes. I don't know, but we'll do it right after this. All right, we have my man Andy Signor. He's over there on Popcorn Planet, still live, and I think he's planning to raid us. I want to talk to him about a few things. He broke a story today, particularly about Black Panther. As you know, Andy, he works with Fandom Wire. He's got some good hookups. I don't ask him who his hookups are, but he's very, as far as I've known him, as long as I've known him, and I've known Andy for a long time, even before he had Screen Junkies. Even I don't even think YouTube was around when I knew him. Maybe YouTube was around, but it was like when YouTube had those like 2-minute runs, where you could only go on for 2 minutes, type of thing. I knew him then. Let me get your comments up here if you guys have any comments. But as far as like, he's always been picky with his exclusives, like as far as like they have to be true or to the best of his ability. He will not report stuff that's like just BS. Of course, he's had some stuff that, some people, it's debatable probably, the entire thing with Justice League and Warner Bros. Not wanting the Snyder cut, but in a way that was kind of right? Warner Bros. Didn't want it, and it was AT&T who brought it in. Although I really don't know how that works. Look, if you notice, like I don't really talk too much about that stuff, like who greenlit the Snyder cut and all that. And the reason is because it's weird to me that you have Warner Brothers, Warner Media, and AT&T and HBO Max. They're all shouldn't they all be like friends because they're all part of the same company? If one goes under, like you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I don't see like, why would one, part of it try to sabotage the other? That doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I don't really do it. What's up, homie? What's up? What's up, man? How you doing? Collaborative Kiwi Studios. Is that you, George? I believe so. I forget. I have a bad memory. But anyways, hopefully it is. But thanks for supporting the channel by coming in here. So yeah, when they talk about like Warner Brothers and all the different parts of Warner Brothers and stuff like that, I just don't understand why would one want the other not to do well, because it's kind of like having your leg get, you have your human body, right? Your limbs, your head, your torso, and like saying, hey, my right hand wants my leg to break. Well, then you're all messed up, right? So you got to like take care of yourself. So when people bring up the the entire thing where they have like AT&T versus HBO Max versus HBO versus Warner Media, or AT&T or whatever, I don't understand it, man. That's why I don't get involved. Like, why would anybody, like, why would they go against each other? Why would, like, even Zack Snyder, I'm sure he wants DC to do well. Everybody wants DC to do well because they all get paid. Because general audience, they don't know the difference between Snyder's directed or or Wonder Woman. They just think it's all the same. They just want to go and see Wonder Woman. But that's one thing I don't I never really get involved with because I'm kind of ignorant to it, or I think I'm gonna say something stupid. So I mean I can research it and do it, get a better idea, but I just don't know. Let's see who's in the house. Oh, it's Tyler. Sorry, man. Um love from India, Alu. Bless your family. Always supported the channel. Yeah, I always see you here, so I want to thank you for blessing my family and supporting the channel. And I want to kind of like, if I can, return the favor to you, give you positive energy, whichever way I can, and stuff like that. Perhaps, in the way of entertaining you. So there we go. Can I please talk about DC Universe movies? All right, let's talk about DC movies. I love DC. I've always loved DC more than Marvel. Let me see. I love Superman and stuff. But I think even if you're just like a person who likes comic book movies, like I do love comic book movies. And we've had Marvel for a long time, and I enjoy those films, but I want to see something different. And I feel like if DC was the one that was around for 10 years, had 22 movies or whatever, 23, and was entering a new phase, I feel like I'd be wanting Marvel now to come in and do something. And that's a big thing. I feel like the fans, they're kind of front runners. I really do. And I think that's a sports term. I know they have it in boxing. A front runner is if you're winning, you're down, right? But as soon as like something goes a little not your way, you start to abandon that fandom or that sports figure. So I see a lot of that with the DC fans or the Marvel fans or the comic book fans, because a lot of them want to Marvel. It's like, let's see something different. Let's check something different out once in a while. I think that's kind of cool. As far as the DC universe is concerned, I don't know where it's going. I wish I knew more. I think DC does better when it uses realistic, like if this really happened type of thing. Like what if this really happened, like Joker, the movie. I like it when it's more real world ish, because I think that's the point of live action. Live action's kind of like, what if Superman really happened? What if Shazam really happened? And look, a lot of people like they don't understand. They'll tell me, yo, you say you want serious DC movies, but you like Shazam, and Shazam is kind of like real world. It's just, as long as you keep the wizard stuff, contained within its own rules, then you're okay. It's not like the characters there knew about wizards and stuff with Shazam. It was something new to them and the heroes and stuff. So they were all shocked as well. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's disappointing because, like, for example, not HBO Max, but DC Universe, is it even out? And it's very disappointing to see that my favorite show, Titans, where the hell is it? Where the hell is Titans? It's like they've been sitting on it, and I don't see any like trailer or teaser. Let me Google Titans. Titan. Does anyone? I love that show, and it's like they abandoned it, man. DC Titans. Does it anything? I mean, the trailer was awful, but the show is awesome. 11 Titan talks about future of DC. I don't know, man. There's like nothing for Titans. Nothing. It's like they threw it away. and I think it's held on a high regard. I see a lot of people from Popcorn Planet coming in. We're talking DC movies. Mr. Signor is going to be coming in here in a little bit. So I want to thank everyone for coming in. I'm going to open up the phone lines, which is a link to get in a bit. So stay tuned for that. So if you guys have any topics, like real quick, we'll do 1 minute ones. You guys can call in. I'll put the link in the comments in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. And also, if you want anything you want me to talk about, feel free to add it in. So yeah, there you go, man. We were talking DC movies, how frustrating it is, and how I love Titans, and there's no news for it. One of the topics I had here listed is about the future of the MCU with Black Panther, and right on cue, we have my man who broke the story.
Bam! Bam!
Hey, man.
For sure. Can I just say, I was telling Jody before we were on air, I'm so happy I got this shirt before it became too exclusive for all you rest of you regular people to get it. What a collector's item I have. We were so right. Yay, Fisher immortalized on this shirt forever. Woo! Anyway, sorry. I was standing in there. How's it going, Lewis?
Well, let me ask you about well, it's going great, man. Thanks for trying to get back into the things you know, I had the Bud Light.
No, how you feeling, man?
I feel better once in a while. I get out of breath, but knowing that you guys are out here, the community that's been built and stuff like that, friends like you, friends like Jody, friends like Lunga and everyone else, Paul, everyone, man. Like, it feels good. Myra, I'm probably missing like 100 people here, but I opened Pandora.
Good. We're all checking on you, making sure you're good.
Yeah, man, you guys are awesome. So I feel great.
Love it.
So, well, before we get into the Dr. Doom thing, you brought up Ray Fisher, and we were talking about that a little bit earlier before you got in here. And my question is, this thing, I don't really talk about Warner Brothers versus Warner Media versus HBO Max versus AT&T, because Andy, am I wrong? But aren't they all part of the same network? And I was comparing it to the human body and limbs, right? So if this is HBO Max, this is AT&T, and my leg is Warner Brothers, if one of them gets effed up, my entire body's screwed. So why would one be put up against the other? Am I missing something here? Or do you think there's really a war between Warner Bros., AT&T, or is there information we don't have?
I mean, you'd think Warner Media at some point would just shut him up. I think they're trying to, based off what we've seen, right? So, yeah, I mean, look, they just sort of are still figuring out who they are as a company. They made a lot of firings. They made a lot of adjustments. So I don't disagree with your comparison. Yeah, you want all the parts to work together, especially given this HBO Max announcement they made and stuff. So, yeah, you think that at this point, announcements coming out, they're not coming from Warner Pictures. They're, big level announcements and things are coming from the top, you'd think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
real quick. I want to give a shout out to Imperial Jess with the super chat. No comment. I don't know if you missed it or not.
But, man. How nice.
I want to say thank you. You've been here a lot since the Mandalorian, after show, which we'll be back with those. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say something right now. We're gonna do the WandaVision after show starting this Thursday.
It's 2 episodes, I think it starts with, right?
Yeah. Did you watch them?
I'm seeing them tomorrow.
Okay. I watched them. So we have the reaction. So WandaVision, I'm gonna this Thursday after show, like we did with Mandalorian. Let's do it. Yeah. All right. So
did you like it or not?
I felt like it was a good gimmick, but once the gimmick ran out, which it got kind of tired quickly. The gimmick. You probably
it feels like a show that you want to watch in one sitting and not wait week to week is probably the other thing about this show.
They showed us 3 episodes. The overarching plot is intriguing, but there's not enough of it in the first 3 episodes. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So they're saving a lot, it seems, from what I've gathered. But anyway, I don't want to let's not spoil too much. But
well, it's not a spoiler. But what I'm gonna tell you guys is with everything, keep your expectations lower. It's getting great reviews, so people maybe like it more than I do.
I mean, you didn't like Cobra Kai season 3, and you were crazy with that, by the way.
Well, look, we'll talk about Cobra Kai in a little bit if you want to do. The thing is with Cobra Kai, I just felt like there's a few things, but let's bring Cobra Kai up in a little bit. But let's I just want to explain it with everybody because I'm 100% backing Jody, backing Andy Signor with the Ray Fisher was nonsense that he retweeted. He's supposed to be someone who's about to become.
Wait, was there something new today that I missed?
No, I just want to say because people are asking me about DC movies, and you brought up the thing, and I just want to make it clear that again, because I don't cover the stuff about AT&T versus Warner Media because it's confusing to me. Honestly, I leave it for you guys, but I think it's ridiculous that a movie star of a major motion picture stooped down to retweet out of context someone else's, tweet, third party, and slanders like that. I think that's not cool. And I'm glad he's out because of that. Because let's move on with DC, the great superheroes we all love. Right? Am I wrong?
Can I share this?
Yeah.
When you bring up Ray Fisher, I always have to. I never got to comment on this little. Does this one pop up here?
Is that a tweet?
I love this spin he did. Yeah. Do you see I shared it. There it goes. Thanks to all the love out there today. Y'all are the best. Borg Life is taking the negative situations in your life and turning them into something positive to help others. So basically he's admitting it's all bullshit. I mean, am I reading that right? Or is he basically saying, just take all the negative and turn it into something positive in your own way? Yeah. Change it up, Borg Life. That's what it's about. Just keep continuing to support me and support and everything. Ridiculous, man. Sorry, the fans have to be, put through this stuff. Guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do so. I don't want to sound cliche like other YouTubers, but there's a lot of YouTubers saying this, and I think it's true. People are getting unsubscribed or they don't get notification bells. And I also want to add that I am looking for alt social tech media, whatever you want to call it. And the reason is not political. The reason is because for example, a few months ago, out of nowhere, YouTube demonetized one of my big channels, right? My biggest channel with no explanation. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with don't leave your cookies. What is it? All the eggs in one jar? No, all the cookies in one jar because you're going to get screwed, right? You could get screwed. So it's stuff like that. You guys ain't getting the notification bells. Sometimes Andy has some great content out there and it gets shunned by the algorithm, which no one understands. So it's not, please don't be taking stuff personal when we have like an account in another place. If we find that place toxic, we're leaving, but we're not. We are welcoming to everyone. So come support us and stuff. And it's not about the politics. It's about survival and continuing the brand in the community. That's the way I look at it. Am I wrong? No, I think it's spot on. I'm trying to find some methods too, or even maybe build one. So stay tuned.
Well, and if you guys have any suggestions of what platforms or like what social media we could go to, or you like, what is it?
MySpace.
Hey, listen, I'm down for Rocky Story.
Amazing. Someone should just with money should just make it. Someone was like, we're going to do someone like, I'm putting it out there. Let's do it. I wish someone would step up and really do it, but doesn't seem like they will anytime soon. No. We'll see.
I think
I liked Imperial Jess's. Did you see her comments? She asked more. Wait, you didn't like Cobra Kai? I'm taking the super chat back. Wait, Jess.
Okay, let's bring up Cobra Kai right now. Should we bring up Cobra Kai? Who's a fan of Cobra Kai? Press 1. Show. On my second viewing, I did like it more. But
sorry, and we're talking just so we're clear. Lewis loved Cobra Kai season 1 and 2.
Yes,
we're talking 3 is where you started saying
it's starting to flirt with sameness. I felt the fight inside LaRusso's. We're talking spoilers, okay? We're talking spoilers.
It's sort of general in your
Okay, I feel that the fight, the epic fight with all the kids, was a rehash of the high school one. Just sillier.
It was sillier. It was like you just broke into a house.
Correct.
It would have ended the whole show because cops would have shown up and arrested them all.
And I felt like that ruined the ending, which was kind of cool, you know, with the fight between LaRusso and that real bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And the Anakin turn, right? That was cool when you look at it. But before that, they had this ridiculous, which was redundant.
Well, and also there's also like we'll settle this in a tournament.
You know, man, I could pass that, but there's a thing with Tori, all right? Tori is on probation. You know, the girl, the martial art girl, the badass. And she doesn't want to get in trouble in the beginning of the season, and she's got the dying mom and stuff. She doesn't want to go to juvie, blah, blah, blah. Later on, she's doing a home invasion, picking up weapons to kill people, assault with a deadly weapon. So that is inconsistent. It's just, that's a little weird for me. Maybe there's an explanation. And look, Johnny Lawrence, right? He's stuck in the 80s. He's not stupid. He's not a moron. Okay. So Eagle Claw or Eagle Fang, the Johnny from the 80s would have kicked the guy's ass with that dumb name in the dojo. They're just using him as comedy. Huh?
It's not a good name.
No.
He needs to get Cobra Kai back. I want that name back to mean something good.
Well, but Johnny would have, the stuck in the 80s Johnny would have kicked some guy's ass with that name, period. You get what I'm saying? So there's stuff like that. And then it became a car dealership a problem and stuff like that. So that's the stuff I was.
Hold on. You're ignoring the positives, which to me far outweigh all of those negatives, which I don't disagree that there were definitely some negatives. I'm using my pointer finger here to really
give me the positives, because I think we agree on the positives. Is
Episode 5 where he goes to Japan. Now, I had just watched Karate Kid 2 and 3, which I reviewed at Movie World, and I was glad I did because it made that episode so much more effective. And if you haven't watched Karate Kid 2 and you're watching that episode's just going to go over your head. You're not going to care, and it's going to be weird. But it was a brilliant way to resolve and sort of bring that up, because when I watched Karate Kid 2, I'm like, why did he leave? What's her name? Kumiko, who's just amazing. You're just like, hello, look at this amazing, hot. They're clearly in love. And Karate Kid 3, they just sort of like, she went and danced. And
time out. Let me
Karate
tell
Kid
you
3 sucks, for the record. Karate Kid.
Well, let me tell you something. I resaw it. I like it more than 2, but let me tell you something, okay? In those movies, they had a main character with Daniel and Miyagi, and the way they use a throwaway line in the next movies to, like, as a reason to forget about them. Like, oh, they're not in the movie anymore. What happened to Allie? Oh, she just crashed a car. Oh, what happened to Kumiko? Oh, she just went off with some other dude. And then by the what's it called? The next Karate Kid, like Daniel's son, I don't know what the hell, he went to college. It was a throwaway lines to make an excuse why the certain actor was not in the show. So one thing the new show's done well is giving us a little bit more. But go ahead. Sorry, you were. You're
right. Exactly. The 1 and 2 and 3 did have that problem, in particular 3. Now, I know what you're going to say. Terry Silver and Mike Barnes make up part 3, but you're forgetting the insanely stupid bonsai tree rescue, bonsai shop, and also just the fact that, like, Mr. Miyagi and Danielson, like, suck. Like, they lose their there's just nothing. It's just, the whole movie is disjointed. Ralph Macchio hates the movie. Everyone hates the movie.
Yeah.
It just isn't a good movie. Now, as I reviewed it, like, is there a cool part in this idea of, like, Daniel being swayed to join Cobra Kai? Yeah, it's an interesting idea. And Terry Silver's, like, billionaire who gives up, hey, put everything on hold for a week. I'm going 100% into this con for a week to go get this Karate Kid. It's silly. It's stupid. But we're spoiling Karate Kid 3 and 2 more than anything else right now.
Oops,
Karate Kid 3 will clearly parlay. They're going to clearly bring in Mike or Terry. It's clearly Terry was who he calls at the end into the next one. So if you haven't watched it, you gotta have to. But anyway, I got beefs on part 3. But back to the show. That episode 5, which dealt with going back to Japan and bringing in Chosen and Kumiko, that I thought it was great. And then again, spoiler alert, that ending scene where the dealership is saved by the girl who he saved on the pole, I thought was just such a beautiful moment, and it was such. You could have written Kamuko as sort of a dumb, stereotypical, stupid character, but I thought they really made her a sweet, like cared about Daniel and was really appreciated everything they had and remembered it, and just was a good person. I loved all that connection. It really was, I think, a needed moment in the show to have someone outside to like help open his eyes and remind him. And I thought it was cute. They could have gone, and they could have gone more. Oh, do I cheat on? They didn't have to go in any that direction. Just sort of like a special moment of like, yeah, people. Sometimes you meet up with an old love, and you're like, thank you for the positive experience. It was really nice, and have a really nice adult connection. I thought that was great. And then, so that episode I thought was just really touching and fantastic. And then at the end, when they actually shocked me, and I didn't know she was coming back. Spoiler alert! And they bring back you know who. I thought it was brilliant the way they did it. It was written amazingly. It was such a good way to bring them together and challenge them, and felt like a realistic, like, someone who's clearly in a midlife crisis trying to like go back and live the glory days and wonder, should I have done that? I actually thought it was really well written and interesting. And I liked it. And I liked that Johnny was also wrestling with, do I go here, or the person I've been constantly dreaming about now is in front of me? Do I go there? I like that they gave him that choice, and he made the choice he'd made. So I thought both of those sequences were my favorite of the show. And I also loved when Amanda, the wife, went and met up with Kreese, and
that was awesome.
That was a great scene. They finally gave her, like, I like her. But they usually she don't really give her a lot to do. And I liked that they finally had her understand, like, no, this crazy dojo thing you keep making fun of, it's legit crazy, and get on board because we need you on board. And that, I think, that added to the show.
Well, I think let's get real here. I think there's some brilliant stuff in there. Look, I was probably unfair giving it a bad grade, but because there were a lot of good stuff. I'm kind of regretting it, but hey, it is what it is. That's what I felt after I saw it. So, Amanda was the female, reason that, she used the level-headedness. These guys have toxic masculinity. They just want to fight first. They don't want to talk. It's that stereotype, because guys are meatheads, right? We're meatheads, man. Most of the time. Some guys aren't, but I love the fact, and this is gold, and this I should give her props, that she shows up to talk to Sensei Reese or Kreese, right? And the first thing she does is she loses it and slaps his ass. You know what I mean? Just like she was criticizing Daniel for doing, she loses it. Mm-hmm. And then Kreese, being the master
manipulator,
and fighter, because it's part of mind games, right? Yep. He calls the cops on her and does a restraining order.
Totally
that is fucking cool. That is fucking cool.
Yeah, it was good writing. It was realistic character. Yeah. That's why I think the show actually surprises me, because yes, it's filled with silliness that we're just like, what? Come on. But there are moments like that where you're like, man, that's actually kind of interesting and well put together. So, and I love that. I like Amanda a lot as a character. I've really come to like her. I like the actress. You guys, if you haven't watched Lewis's interview, it's really great.
It's on Nuke the Fridge. You guys, I have part of it on Nerd Report. I have an interview with the actress who played Amanda and Mary Mauser, who plays Samantha LaRusso. I got
Samantha. We'll go there, but yes, go watch Nuke the Fridge or watch the interview. It's good. But I was gonna say with Amanda, I love that. Like, even when Allie shows up, they could have easily made it like the jealous, annoying place, but they didn't. Like, I love that she's secure in a relationship. I love that sort of like, it just feels more realistic, and you buy it. So I'm on board. I think it's great, and I love the ending where they sort of team up and go against him. But the ending felt, my only thing I will give you is, and when I finished season 3, I thought, okay, well, where does this really keep going to? Like, this really could become a CW show where it gets too absurd to actually, mean anything. I do worry they're running towards the end, and they need to get to the finish line quickly and not just be so like, our ratings are good, let's keep going for 10 seasons. I don't think the show can go for 10 seasons.
They're doing spin-offs.
Yeah, that worries me, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if it really is that deep of a universe. I think people will eventually, like, it's a karate dojo. They're going to eventually move on. And they've been great so far. I think they maybe could get another season or 2 if they're lucky. But this idea of spinoffs and more than that, it's too much. It's too much.
Well, let me also add one thing.
Where do you go besides Kreese is the bad guy?
Okay, this is where you go. You have Kreese, the young Kreese Chronicles.
Yeah.
You have the Miyagi Chronicles.
We just saw it. We need more of the young Kreese Chronicles. I saw enough.
All right, that's fine. I personally didn't feel like he should have turned as bad as he is now. They didn't show us enough for him to turn that bad, but whatever. Maybe they'll keep going on.
You really need to see the turn of why he's bad. It's not that
He seems still like a good guy. Well,
you don't need to see like second-rate CW war show. That doesn't.
Well, Mr. Miyagi, a young Mr. Miyagi show, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they could do something with Samantha LaRusso.
But again, the show has geniusly tied all loose ends and grabbed anything that they didn't do. I think what you do and see, they clear again. We're talking spoilers now. Everyone already knows. They're going against Kreese and uniting for season 4. Which great. I think let's see them together. There clearly will be some conflicts and problems as that goes on.
Topped off by the All Valley Karate.
And I think you can do I think they have to figure out the Hilary Swank cameo. It seems like a no-brainer. There's a way to figure that out. Creatively, I haven't took enough time to think about it, but you still have that card to play, which would be like a fun little way to throw a nod to really see. We even brought that in and made it cool.
She may know Miyagi healing. They still haven't done this thing yet. They did, but Daniel doesn't know it. And I totally thought Chosen was going to be the one that taught him the Miyagi healing.
You brought, and that's the other thing that I thought was great about this season was they finally taught Machio, and they went somewhere that I think karate never did, which was like, sometimes you do have to fight back. Yeah. And that is a reality to the world that I think I was waiting. I'm glad they finally incorporated that, because when Cobra Kai first started with Giant Large, it's like, the world's full of pussies. It's time to, gotta stand up. I think he's totally right, and we all need to at some point. But I love that he's sort of realizing, okay, that's too much. You got to have some mercies. You can't always do it. And I love that he's sort of finding his way and sort of that in the world, which I think is the reality right now. Yes, you got to stop being a pussy, no mercy, have the attitude, but at the same time, you got to be respectful and be careful. And that to see that Daniel also is learning that lesson now too, of like, no, sometimes you do have to fight back. And by the way, he never showed you because you were too young. That just opened it up. I'm like, damn, that's so cool. And then I love that he was able to like take him out immediately, and then he was able to use that right away. That was beautiful. Out of nowhere, I didn't see that coming. But so thank you for reminding, because I forgot to even mention that in my review.
Well, I got to mention another negative, and I don't think there's any defense for this. The flashback scenes to what previously happened to Kreese, those work. The flashback scenes to the movies, they work. They're a little bit too much, but they work. The only problem is, one of the problems is that the audio is totally off, but it's okay. That works because not everyone's seen them. The flashback to its own show, I counted, and I'm not bullshitting you, 6 or 7 flashbacks to the previous seasons in the first episode of season 3. Miguel fell like 17 times in that episode. We don't need that, bro. We don't need that. Every time like Sam would show up, she'd touch her arm. It's like, we know Tori messed up her arm, but then they have to show the fight again. Like, dude, we saw that.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't bother me as much as it bothered you. I saw your note of that.
Yeah,
I was glad for the recaps, to be perfectly honest, in the beginning, but I agree they overdid it a couple times.
They overdid it.
I don't know. I didn't.
There was a great scene. I'm going to tell you, for example, the Asian kid that was Sam's boyfriend in the first season. I love that character. The bull kind of became a bully and stuff. Remember him? The one that, okay, he comes back, right? And he shows up at Cobra Kai, and you're like, oh, wow, he's now at Cobra Kai. And like, he's about to interact with Hawk, who he used to bully before he became, Hawk. And right before the scene's about to like hit its peak, they do a flashback of him bullying Hawk. It's like, dude, we know that already. It's like it threw off the show the way it was edited. Hey, look, I think the big problem is that ending scene inside the house, bro. For me, it's like,
yeah, but it's still fun. My big problem is still, I think Tori is I don't like her character. She's just an annoying villain. She's written kind of poorly. And I've never been that crazy about Samantha, I'll be honest. And I liked when you asked what she brought up. You should have dug a little deeper, but she brings up that Samantha really is the bully.
You know why I didn't dig with that?
Why?
Because I think she was watching my video.
Oh, you called it out?
Because look, when that interview started with Mary Mauser, who plays Samantha, I felt like she was like, and then when she saw me, she was like, "What the hell?" Because I actually did a video where like
people at that level who aren't like super famous but are like on riding a high of a show always go out and watch like all the insight.
Oh boy, well it doesn't help that it had 45,000 views.
Yeah.
So I did do a video on that, and I did do a video on how disappointing Samantha Russo's karate skills are.
Jesus, and then you interviewed her. Good for you.
Well, look, it's the character, though. I think she does a great job, and she has a great presence. And I was honest. I said at the end, you guys are always energetic for the show and positivity. They're excited for it. They don't look like they're there just, with their shoulders down or whatever, like annoyed, like some people do. And that's a great thing, man. They respect the show.
I just think they've written both female characters
great.
Like, no, the Tori and Sam are all about their relationships, and it's just I'm bored of it. It's like Tori's like, I'm still jealous that you did this, and Sam's going through both guys, and I'm not even trying to slut shame them. That's not what it's about. I just think it's lazy, boring writing. And they're both kind of annoying to me. Like they're not.
Well, Sam straight up accuses Tori of stealing in the second season.
Right. She's kind of a pain in the ass. Issues, and she hasn't really earned it back. Just because she got hurt by Tori doesn't suddenly make me feel bad. But I just think they're boring female characters that they're just trying to make like empowered, smart characters, but they're not. Dimitri, is it Dimitri? He's the most interesting character.
Nerd. He's the one that didn't turn.
I love that. I've loved his arc and where it keeps going. Like his is interesting. Like Hawk, I liked it. This season felt a little forced. I liked Hawk's turn. I liked everything where it went for Hawk, but I feel like with them, they're giving him something interesting to do. Hawk turning as quickly as he did at the very last episode was a little much for me, but I'm glad it happened. But it just was like, come on, already? I didn't buy it.
If you watch
the Asian bully guy coming back, that was good. That was a really good surprise. Like, oh damn, Rhea, what's up, Rhea? Bringing that back was really good.
The recurring homeless lady.
Yeah, that was fun. That wasn't right. Yeah, that was funny.
Is that her? Yeah,
it looked like her. But yeah, overall, like minor issues for me. It's Tori and Sam are the ones I'm just like, who cares?
Tori, I like.
Sorry, and Robbie. Robbie at the end of this season, I'm just like, come on.
They gotta resolve the issue with them.
Just pick a fucking dad already. You're pretty and nice and like learning so much karate. Like now you've turned on them both again. Like, come on, dude. It's too much to like have him now go with Kreese. Like Robbie literally every season has chosen which guy to go with, father figure to follow, and I think it's too much at this point.
I think Robbie is gonna bring the inmates from the juvenile detention center. I think those are going to be Cobra Kai. I think
that's interesting. That's a way to do it.
Mike Barnes is going to come in as a sensei and bring more Cobra Kai. Mike Barnes is the pupil of Silver. Silver I think when there's going to be a lot of Cobra Kai dojos all over the place now, and a lot of students. Hilary Swank may come in with her students as well and make it a big fight. That's be kind of cool. And the dream fights. The dream fight is going to be Mike Barnes versus Johnny Lawrence. That's what all the fans want. Who's the better Cobra Kai? Mike Barnes or Johnny Lawrence? That's a fight we haven't seen.
Yeah, no, fans do want to see that. But I was going to say, I saw Jess was saying that the Hawk change was all season long. Yeah, but
it was.
Yes, I'm not denying that. It definitely was. But I thought the switch at that fight where he's there fighting everybody, he just previously hurt people in the Cobra Kai dojo, and then suddenly he's watching all the harm and decides to just completely turn everybody. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I would have liked a little bit more hesitation in a previous fight, or him of not maybe being pushed at I don't know. It just felt like there was one or two steps missing to have a full turn in the house fight. Is all I was saying. What felt fast to me, but
yeah,
I don't know. Mike Barnes would destroy him. Mike Barnes is freaking crazy. The end of Karate Kid 3, Lewis, also shit. Like Daniel does not.
The music was real good.
Mike Barnes would have destroyed Daniel. It's ridiculous how Daniel.
Well, I disagree because
focus, Daniel-san, focus. Like what? No, that's not a good enough speech for this time, Mr. Miyagi. What are you talking about? I've never bought the ending of 3. It's ridiculous.
Okay, look, let's do a watch party for 4, dude. If you want to see ridiculous, it's on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, we can do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
That one. Yeah, I've avoided that one just because I thought, but that could be fun. We'll do it.
What is it? Michael Ironside? Is that him? He's in it.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, but I never actually watched the whole movie, and I never actually saw. I did see the Jaden Smith one, and I just ignored it. It just wasn't very memorable.
Should have been called Kung Fu Kid.
What's fascinating to me is the fact that Will Smith is still a producer because he made that movie with Jaden Smith. So now
he owns part of the Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
franchise.
Good for him, man. So, bought it, and now it's kicking ass.
Yeah. So it is what it is, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna leave this up as well. Great conversation, and let's leave it in the 80s because I got another topic for you, Andy. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what the people in the comments think, and I want to know what Andy thinks. You know, Stallone's working on Rocky, a Rocky IV director's cut, right?
Yes, he's eliminating the robot, which to me is blasphemy.
Is that it? Though
I think he's doing other edits, but all I know is he says the robot will be Paulie's robot will be cut, and I thought, no, I refuse to accept this.
Well, here he is. He posted today, 8 hours ago. I'm going to a screening.
You're seeing it?
No, he said this is off the official.
I see. He's going to a screening of.
I wish I was. Going to see a screening of the new director's cut of Rocky IV this afternoon. What could they change besides the robot, though?
I mean, it's a cheesy movie, but that's part of its charm. You know what I mean? I appreciate that when he turns all of Russia to start chanting Rocky. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's a product of its time. That to me is always why Rocky IV was fun, because it's kind of crazy, silly. From what I'm gathering, he's trying to make it a little bit more serious and I think realistic. I'm fascinated to see how he does it. I will be the first to watch and review that movie without a doubt for Movie World. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I don't know. I have watched it recently. They all do still become a little bit of a blur, but Rocky IV does still stand out because, you know, you have that epic death in the beginning, and then you have the Siberian training and everything else. I will bust break all the
robots. Well, there's one guy
robotic training that Dolph Lundgren's doing. He's a wall next to Stallone in that movie. So
I think we had an interesting debate on your movie channel. It was you, Jody, and I think I want to say, which one did Jody pick as his favorite?
Was
it 4?
It was 4. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna know for sure because Jody is in the house.
I must break you. I had to come show the homie love, man.
Thanks, man. Cool. You always do.
Shout out to the trifecta. It's 4, bruh.
Thanks, brother, for coming in. Hey, listen. So check this out. I don't know if you were listening, but Stallone screened Rocky IV today. What are your thoughts on that? What could they change? That's pretty crazy, right?
I just tuned in. He screened Rocky IV.
Yes, this is off his Instagram. He said he just screened. Sorry. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of a history. About a year ago, he announced he's doing a director's cut for Rocky IV. I don't know why that one in particular, because 5 is the one that needs to be cut.
Yes, they know saving 5. Yeah.
So today he posts about 10 hours ago. He said, going to see a screening of the new director's cut of Rocky IV this afternoon.
Tight. I'll buy it.
Hell yeah. But what could they change? I never heard of anything different with this.
Oh, movie. I know what they could change.
What?
You know, I never. So them fighting in Russia versus in America. Maybe they did 2 cuts. Maybe there was where he fought in America.
That would make that was my one critique. I was like, it makes no sense when all of Russia turns Rocky.
Yeah. That at the end where they all loved him at the end. I can change. You can change. We all can change. You know, that was preachy. But the fact that he was broke, I hated the fact that he had so much money, and then Paulie, that him not taking no money for that fight. I understood it, but it was like, jeez. And maybe the montages, you know, maybe they filmed in America. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some different montages.
Guys, I do have one thing to tell you that I just remembered. Are you guys familiar with the actor Tony Burton? Anyone? Tony Burton? Okay, Tony Burton played he played Duke Ever. He's Apollo Creed's trainer and Rocky's trainer in part 4 and in the rest of the movies. Bald black guy from the first movie. You remember him?
I'd have to Google it.
Okay, let me bring him up. Okay.
Wait, someone throwing the towel?
Yeah, throwing the towel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I interviewed him, and he passed away.
Oh,
I interviewed him like 12 years ago. He told me, I'm gonna share his screen real quick. He told me, this is on video. I can find it on Nuke the Fridge, and this is him right here. Right now, you know who he is.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so he told me that when when Apollo tells Rocky in the swimming pool, he goes, "I had a vision." Apollo actually says, "I had a vision from God, and I'm born again." It was like a religious thing of bringing peace, kind of foreshadowing that he was gonna be part of the peace between the two superpowers. I have that video. I'm gonna reshare it.
Nice.
Tony Burton's very religious, especially when I interviewed him. There's no reason for me not to believe him, but he said they cut a scene where he actually said that the reason Apollo came back was because he felt he could bring the two together somehow, and he actually did because he died, and then that caused Rocky to do it.
And Creed.
Yeah, and Creed came after, but so maybe that's it, guys. I can't see the chat very well because my eyes are killing me. And so if you guys see anything you want to respond to,
Well, I was saying the other thing was Jody's here. He's made it clear he's removing the robot, Jody, which I think is blasphemous.
The robot was cool.
Polly's robot will not be in this new cut.
Paulie and his stupid spendings. Paulie ruined them, bro. He ruined them. Jeez, that Rocky 5
that
needs
was
to be erased.
he can't do that though. Paulie can't do that legally.
How'd you give Paulie access? What happened? He gave
I
Paulie.
avoided 5 because when I rewatched them all, I skipped it. Is that what happens in 5? He ruins the finances.
He ruins Rocky. He makes him poor. It was it was the fact that he didn't get paid for Rocky 4's fight, and Paulie was in charge of their finances with some contracts he made somehow, and ruined them. Like they were broke again. Like I don't want to see that.
Plus, it's not realistic at all. It's like it got worse.
You got no lawyers.
His son's also grown up.
That's what I was gonna say. After 2 days, his son ages 10 years. Because when he went to Russia, his son was like a little kid.
Right. Well, it killed the franchise for a while. And
hey,
then
no yawning in my stream.
Right, it's 1 in the morning here. It killed the franchise for a while, and then Rocky Balboa. Boom! That was amazing. I think that one's fantastic.
I couldn't believe how good that movie was, and John Rambo was great too.
I like Rambo the best.
That's the one. That's the one that just came in. We call it John Rambo.
2008.
Yes. Now, Jody and everyone watching, there's a director's cut of that. It's called John Rambo. The original name was John Rambo. But then they called it Rambo. Kind of like Halloween is called Halloween.
Right.
So
the remember it was called Rambo when it hit theaters. It was called Rambo, just Rambo, like the first. So yeah. Oh wait, that was my favorite one, bro. That was fire.
That was the best one.
He spoke very few words. Man, he got it
half an hour later. Man, that made he out Tarantino with the gore there, man.
He was chopping people in half, bro.
I'm looking for my Rambos because I haven't watched it in a while.
It was great. I have the 4K.
Yeah, that's dope. It's good that they had a little beef years back, him and Dolph, right? And they kind of buried that hatchet with Expendables, which was nice to see.
I'm not sure about I don't know what happened with him.
And then they got this going on. He's the director's cut. I'm buying it, bro. Rocky 4 is my favorite, bro. It's the best one for me. You know what I'm saying?
First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, and then Rambo, which you're right, it was John Rambo, but now they just call it Rambo. And then there was Last Blood, which I never watched. Was that one any good?
No, it
wasn't as good. It was probably the weakest, but it was still good to me. I would call it good. I'll probably give it like a B-.
I didn't even feel like it was Rambo. They didn't have any.
Yeah,
Rambo.
he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't.
It wasn't no military background.
He was domesticated. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is Rambo like a good series to actually sit and watch back to back, or does it kind of bleed together and get boring?
Dude, I think 3 is pretty good, man. 3 is supposed to be the when it lost its mojo, and I like it. There's a lot of explosions, bro. A lot.
It's been a while. Rambo's never been one that was like my favorite, but I got the
Rambo's fire.
I never got to it.
Back to back. It's the action movies to just binge back to back without real good story is tough. Rambo's
right. That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, it's not like
In my opinion,
I also want to do James Bond at some point is on my list to watch because now that
those would be good. Those would be good. Yeah.
I want to go all the way back and just really go through them all.
In my opinion, though, the best written Rambo is First Blood. But like Jody said, John Rambo, which is the fourth one, best one, my favorite one. The best one is probably the first one written wise or whatnot.
I always think of you.
I like the last one.
With Weird Yankovic when he does the Rambo scene.
Or
Hot Shots Part 2 with Charlie Sheen.
Hey, I'm seeing 67 people here. Could you guys subscribe or do something? I'm going to be giving this away.
Thumbs that video up.
I'm going to be giving this away to the subs pretty soon.
Oh.
It's a little baby Yoda from The Mandalorian, the child. It's a nice little thing. Probably like do some contest for our subs. So there should be like at least 50 new people just by the baby Yoda. It's kind of cute, right?
Wait, Lewis, put that through more to the camera. I want it. Can I have it? Put it through.
We're about to do some Star Wars stuff right here. Last Jedi.
Oh, we have a winner!
How'd you do that, man? No, I'm kidding. I don't want. Let's give it to the subscribers. Here you go, Lewis. Take it. Take it, Liz.
Don't ruin it. There it is.
There it is. Yeah. All right. So we have a Mandalorian, the child Black Series or whatever they call it. And let's see if this giveaway does well for our subs. We're going to probably like in a week or maybe the end of the week. I'm not sure because I'm starting to feel better. So my voice is a little messed up, but
good.
There you go. And I want to give something back to our subs and stuff like that. Maybe that encourages you to press
this guy. Why does this guy want to challenge me? He knows he can't see me.
Which guy?
Hollywood purgatory. I would destroy Jody in a DC Marvel debate.
Jeffrey wants
to. You don't stand
Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Don't get baited.
Legend. Jeffrey. What are you talking about, man? Come on, man. You need to hit the stairs before you. I'm on like stage 7. I'm above a mini boss. I'm like in Bison. You're just now working on Balrog, my friend. You got to get past Balrog, Tammy, Fei Long, Sagat. Then maybe you could come to see
me. Sagat? Is that his name?
Yeah, Sagat.
Dang, I don't even know what that is. Jody would have kicked my ass.
Street Fighter.
Yeah. Dalton, E. Honda, Blanca.
Yeah, you got some. You got levels over here, man.
Chun-Li. Spinning star kick.
Chun-Li fire, by the way.
Guys, I wanna touch on another topic if you don't mind, because we got the man right here. We didn't really talk about this, and it's the fact that I want to talk about it because it's awesome news, and Deadline may steal it, so we want to talk about it. We want to talk about
do very well from a view standpoint. I got
exclusive.
But
so let me introduce this. Dr. Doom to debut in Black Panther 2. It's an exclusive fandom wire. This Andy Signor guy, he gets pretty good. He's got a pretty good batting average, and I was explaining to all the audience that
I'll be honest. I'll open up for you guys. This was slightly risky just because they're still writing it. So the only thing that sent me over the edge was Feige's quote and the fact that apparently it's always been the same plan. And what I can say, because I still got some Black Panther 2 scoops coming that I want Jody to chime in on too when I get it ready, all done, but some minor stuff. But regarding the Dr. Doom portion of it, it seems very clear that obviously when Chadwick died, like Coogler had a script, they were ready to go, and the plan was pretty clear. The plot was there. Once they lost Chadwick, they've had to go rewrite. What does that mean? How do we adjust the script? There's a lot they need to adjust to sort of answer that question. But in order to keep the movie going as quickly as they are moving with this movie, along with the pause they took, they had to keep a lot of the other elements the same. Because it means a lot. It changes a lot of other things. That's why they're rushing this through, because characters need to debut in this movie to do other things. So it's a working machine that they had to move forward on. And so it's clear they're going to adjust the Who's Black Panther issue, which I'll break for you in the next day or two. But this ultimately, I'm like, well, yeah, this makes sense. They putting Dr. Doom here as a string puller behind the scenes of the actions in this before Fantastic Four and everything else. Like, what a cool way. Jody Damas, you called it.
Jody Damas!
What a saying that for a minute.
What a cool way to say, because he's a good villain. He's a good character if they do it right. He is a Thanos level threat. So I hope this all stays the case.
I want to see it done right because I've heard all the old school Marvel fans, talk about Doctor Doom for all these years and never really getting justice for the character. And also, I've heard people say that Darth Vader is totally patterned off Doctor Doom. Is there any truth to that, guys? You guys are probably more.
I didn't know Darth Vader was panned off of him. I don't know anything about that. But that's good subject material to come after, though, because Doctor Doom is that he's up there in the Marvel as far as Marvel villains go. He's arguably the best, arguably. So him being in Wakanda, man, you know what I'm saying, having Latveria, bringing in Namor, baking up to that Doom War, that's fire. And then I just thought about this, bro. Like, you're not recasting T'Challa. And do you guys think that there will be a Black Panther in the film?
Well, I know the answer to that, so stay tuned.
Look, I'm gonna say something right now. I don't think he was enough in the first film. I really think he could have been more centralized as a character in the first film.
I agree.
I really do think he was a little bit put aside. People were celebrating the movie, obviously, but let's be real. It's called Black Panther, and he was a little bit pushed to the side as far as like the fighting scenes and stuff like that.
I agree.
I maybe they have other footage or whatever, but that's just my opinion.
Do you think he'll be? Do you think there will be a Black Panther in Black Panther 2, whether it be Killmonger or Shuri or something?
Yes, not sure.
Here's something. In Black Panther, all the heart-shaped herbs were destroyed. How can you make another Black Panther?
Thanos' time machine.
Well, you solved it all.
I'm saying? That's so tough. Ryan Coogler has a really tough time on his hands because if you ever want to introduce a superpowered Wakandan, where are your heart-shaped herbs at? You ain't got no more. Killmonger burned them all. So it's got to be Killmonger. It has to be Killmonger.
No, there was a secret farm that I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, no.
Just in case. There's always a way to write that.
No.
Jody, you know what's going to happen? They're going to find out Tony Stark created one from scratch because he makes everything.
Hey, you can make everything, bro. Go ahead. Make a new heart-shaped herb. Make a heart-shaped herb.
Killmonger die is the question, right? They make it look like he did, but you could still have him alive in it, correct?
T'Challa could have took him straight to the medical ward and still fixed him, healed him up with the technology and stuff.
It would have to be Michael B. Jordan, right?
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan's got a lot on his plate, though. He's
all signs point to Michael B.
Yeah, he's producing the new Creed. I mean, he's directing the new Creed. So I don't know how the schedule works.
How awesome would that be to see that he had a change of heart once he saw that, T'Challa revived him, and to see his love, he saw that sunset of Wakanda and instantly had the change of heart to be a good Wakandan and to be a good king, do it the right way and honor. To see Killmonger make that turn for the good, it would be beautiful. It would be beautiful.
Well, whatever happened, I think they had it written before his passing for sure. So that's going to be, I wonder if he knew and maybe he said, hey, continue the legacy, which is tough, But we'll see what's going to happen with that moving forward. Are you excited for WandaVision, Jody?
Yeah, I'm excited for it, but my expectations are lower. I lowered them.
I think you're really smart.
Them. Yeah, it's because I've learned I don't want to hate these products. I don't want to hate these and be over to. So if I have the ability, like with Wonder Woman 84, bro, if I could have turned down my level of expectations, I would have loved it even more. Like I want to like them. So if you lower your expectations in going in, you're not as likely to get disappointed, and you're able to enjoy it more. And I'm definitely doing that for WandaVision. So I'm pretty sure I will enjoy it. And yes, I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Good. Kevin Feige was also asked during the press junket for that if he was in some way controlling the new era of Star Wars, because people were saying, well, the new Star Wars Mandalorian kind of like the outline seems similar to the MCU as far as like putting characters in certain positions to make shows out of it, to like branch out and make a bigger universe with new characters. And no matter how many, fans want to credit Kevin Feige for everything, he said no. So he's not involved in Star Wars. He'll probably be involved with the Taika Waititi thing, but he said he's not involved in Mandalorian in any shape or form. So there you go with that. But I'm sure people are going to want to not believe what he said. So,
well, all right then.
Forward expectations,
guys. Let's go for this quick topic. Jody, did Andy tell you about Chuck Norris?
About Chuck Norris. I watched his video. I watched Andy's video on it. He let me see. Did I see the whole video? Chuck Norris. Oh yeah, there was a guy at a Trump rally who looked like Chuck Norris, but it wasn't really him.
Right. So they canceled him anyways, even though they proved it wasn't him.
They canceled
so now,
him.
Though they tried to, like, oh, he's, they wouldn't, in my opinion, they were still slamming him. But here you go. Chuck Norris has spoken. There's an update. Did you see this, Andy?
Wow.
I don't know what's weirder, that Chuck Norris actually has Twitter. That's kind of weird.
Where's his blue check?
Well, it's obviously he doesn't have a blue check because Republicans don't get him on Twitter, they say. So there you go. He is a Trump supporter. Just kidding. But yeah, that's weird. He doesn't have a blue check. But this has got to be him. 137,000 subscribers, right? I recently learned there was a Chuck Norris lookalike at the DC Capitol riots. It wasn't me, and I wasn't there. There's no room for violence of any kind in any society. I always will be for law and order. Your friend, Chuck Norris. There you go.
He's Walker, Texas Ranger. He's got to be for law and order.
I think this fool has a whole cabinet full of Just for Men red.
Why isn't your account verified?
Shit out of that beard. Let that gray come in, Chuck. You're 80 years old.
Here we go. Oh, he was. It seems like the guy was actually trying to pose as Chuck Norris.
He looked like him, man. He looked like him. I ain't gonna lie. This fool looked like Chuck Norris. Yeah. That's a good lookalike. But the picture that they took, he was in the crowd. He wasn't actually in the Capitol, was he?
He was in the crowd.
He was in the crowd, not at the Capitol with the people. Yeah.
For all we know, that poor guy, they took a picture. That guy just was walking around, one of the guys in the rally or whatever, riot or whatever, and he saw this guy that looks like Chuck Norris selling hot dogs, and he goes, "Hey, let me take a picture."
Was he selling hot dogs?
No, I'm just assuming it could have been anyone. Look, there was a guy at Frankenson, a kid, looked just like Justin Bieber. Exactly. No difference.
He calls into Jody's stream a lot.
Yeah, Antonio Badati. That's my Bieber.
It's another guy.
Yeah, I got you.
And when I used to take selfies with him, and people used to go, F that guy, like if it was really him, dude, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And what's funny, I'll show you guys a video one day, he would go to Vegas, and like where there'd be a bunch of like girls, he'd stick his head out, wave like from the roof, and then come back down, and all the girls would be screaming, "It's Justin Bieber!" So like, and they had to escort him out of a casino once. So funny.
Bieber, Lewis.
Bieber.
Yeah, Justin does get the Bieber.
All right. Any other topics you guys want to touch on?
I don't know. It's just cool to see you, man. Frankie and Sons, is it open tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. If you want to go, you call me, man. I'll get you to the front.
Yeah, I wanted to come this weekend, man, but y'all closed at 5, huh?
6.
Over the weekend. 6. Oh, 6. See, I could have came then. Dang.
Yeah, come on down.
I'll be coming down there.
Support small business. Google it. City of Industry and stuff like that. Any ideas for tomorrow? You guys have a stream, Yin and Yang, correct?
Yeah, Yin and Yang, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do that, I like the change. No, it's going to be something pop culture related. I like the fact that you changed the title to Real Talk. That's tight. I like that. That worked out because we got some real talk tonight. We had talked aliens.
And,
it opens up the show to do a real talk.
Have people call in. That was pretty dope. I like that a lot.
People like they'll go, "Oh, why are you talking about aliens or whatever?" Dude, that's really pop culture-ish. That's what they make movies out of. You know what I mean? Nerds, geeks, or whatever you want to call them. We want to know about aliens, man. Jody, I saw you brought up a good point also about that there's so many things in the ocean we don't know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
there's some stuff down there, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's stuff down there, bro. I believe it. I think there's some stuff with prehistoric teeth, man. Some really big things in that ocean that we have not seen. Why is it that we could go to outer? This is real. We could go to outer space, put space stations in space, dock, and all this other fantastic stuff, but we can't get the Arizona out of Pearl Harbor. Ain't that something? We can't get as soon as ships get wrecked, they're gone for good.
Huh.
We can't pull nothing out of the ocean. It's crazy to me. We got gold bars, ancient history, artifacts, all the type of stuff. Once it sinks, it's gone because we don't have the capability of doing like Transformers did. Dig Megatron up with 4 helicopters in the ocean and just tie chains to pull them out. That ocean is a fantastic. That ocean is outer space too, man. You're dealing with gravity down there too, man. Yeah. Like the gravity gets so tense and the pressure and stuff. It's a whole new world down there, man. In that ocean,
it's probably scarier too because light, like you can't see anything. I mean, black. Of course, space is dark, but damn,
right.
Man.
But stuff is touching you though. You're in the ocean, pitch black, and you feel stuff hitting you and stuff. What is that? You know what's around you. That's scary, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not going there anytime soon. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you rather go to space or 1,000 feet under the ocean? Pick your poison.
Someone said, "What do you guys think about what Doomcock guy was talking about? How about Ahsoka was talking to Anakin off screen, which would be in the Ahsoka show?"
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I haven't watched Clone Wars. Can't speak up.
Okay.
No, I'm not too fluent with it.
What MCU heroes can be rated R? What MCU heroes could be in R-rated Deadpool movie? You know how they talking about Deadpool's rated R in the MCU. What MCU heroes do you think could be over there in his rated R movie doing rated R things?
In his?
Yeah, none.
In Deadpool's?
I don't think any will go over there and be in no, I don't think any. I don't
X-Men.
think. Oh, we don't have them yet in the MCU yet.
We don't have Deadpool either. I'm not holding my breath for that.
Me neither, bro.
A long time, dude.
Me neither.
A long time.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. And do you think Blade will be rated R?
It should be. It deals with vampires and the undead.
Yeah, it should be. Do you think it will though? It's MCU.
Even PG-13, once you start studying like how films are made, it bugs because I love The Dark Knight, but there's a scene that really bugs me is when Joker gets that guy and he tells him, when he gets Michael Jai White.
Why so serious?
Why so serious? He cuts him. Why so serious? He cuts him, and you could tell he's holding him in a way so the camera doesn't see his face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's too forced. It's like
it worked though. That score helped out the little the pan away. Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises feel like rated R movies. I forget that Nolan films are PG-13.
Yeah.
His sense of danger. So serious. His stakes and his movies are so high. You forget there's a PG-13 rating on them, and nobody does PG-13 get the most out of a PG-13, in my opinion, like Christopher Nolan. Maybe that's why I like him so much.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the old
do a good dark PG-13. I'll give that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tenet was a masterpiece. Sorry, Andy.
You liked it?
No.
I loved it.
I need to watch it. I still haven't seen it.
I loved it. I have a feeling Jody's gonna call me and go, dude, that shit was awesome.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I love Nolan movies, but he that Dunkirk was a letdown for me. But I heard a lot of people ain't feeling Tenet. Andy didn't like Tenet. A lot of people out here having issues with Tenet, but I'll find out for myself.
I think right now we're at the point where like it's cool to bash on Christopher Nolan. It's like I hear a million people say he's overrated, which leads me to think he's underrated because everyone's saying he's overrated.
Yeah.
Which means he's underrated. But look, I mean, if you don't like Nolan stuff, I heard they're making Transformers 12, so get excited for that. You got to admit, though, Michael Bay's trailers for those Transformer movies were freaking awesome, dude.
Fire.
But the movie, no.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Michael Bay does because people think he's a bad director because of those Transformers movies. All he wanted to do was get a check. I can't even knock him. I can't knock him. He made hundreds of millions of dollars directing bad Transformers movies. And you know what? I would direct bad Transformers movies too for hundreds of millions of dollars. He can still direct though. So I want to see what he comes. I look forward to his new stuff because he knows how to direct.
I think that's what he was going for. I think it worked, and that's what he was going for the masses, like that style Transformers. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to speak to him. Guys knows what he's doing. He's not just boom, boom, explosion.
Yes, exactly.
He knows his stuff, man. Like big time. I was like, is this the Michael Bay everyone laughs at? The hell?
People got him twisted.
Anyways, one more time, I just want to say I'm going to be giving one of these away for our subs, so you may want to consider becoming a sub.
I want it, Lewis. Here, hand it in.
Here, winner.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah, look at that. Let me get one.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Does Jody have one?
You got one? Here, Jody.
Oh, man. I screwed that.
That's my Cetaphil cream.
What's that?
That's my.
That's wild.
Yeah, I suffer from dry skin, so if you have Cetaphil, it moisturizes you 24 hours a day.
Give me that, Jody. Give me that. Real quick. I kind of like I changed it up a little bit with my magical. Huh?
Yeah, let's not do the lights off, man.
I like that trick.
That's tight. Transforming items. That's funny.
Just change the item around, guys. I want to thank you for coming on. It's been super.
Always
super the support and stuff. We got the hour down. We got to talk to everyone. Yeah, I've been playing some video games on this channel as well because sometimes there's no topics out there. But I will do like live chats, open topics as I play Cold War, which I love that game. I love the zombies. That's all I do. Kill the zombies, baby. And so I got that on my PC. So I'll be streaming that maybe in the future. So check that out. Jody, plugs anything you want to plug real quick? Tomorrow, Yin and Yang.
Jody's Corner. Tomorrow's Yin and Yang, 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's it.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
You know me, Thursdays and Tuesdays live and posting stuff all throughout. And I'll be on Jody's tomorrow. Can't wait to have some fun, hang out. Tuesdays are always so much fun to hang out. Keep the conversations going.
Yeah, and I'll be listening to you guys.
For your help. I'm glad you're doing better.
Yeah, man. I feel
better,
bro.
You're a champ.
I do feel like I should put out a video. It's kind of like because I did announce it.
You should do it.
Did announce
a lot of
it
people
on,
blog it.
Yeah, well, I did announce it on Popcorn Planet, but I didn't really talk about it as much on Nerd Report. And I just want people to know that they're not alone and stuff, and just my experience with my symptoms and stuff like that, because there's some people that may relate to what we're doing here and stuff like that. And if you guys want to reach out on my Twitter at NerdLecca, whatever, what's going on. The only recommendation I will give you right now that I will say is treat yourself like you have it. Drink a lot of water, vitamin C. If you can, go out in the sun and just stand in front of the sun, and with social distance, of course, if you have a backyard or front yard or whatever, because vitamin D is really necessary.
I got my Mega Man.
Especially people who are darker skin like me, we need vitamin D. It does not go in.
That Mega Man. Look at the size of these pills I take. Look at the size of these motherfuckers. Golly, they huge.
That's like
what do they have in there?
It's a multivitamin. Vitamin B, vitamin D, all of the stuff that you need to keep a healthy immune system.
Give it to me real quick.
Oh yeah, here you go, bro.
Not my toy, bro.
Oh, Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. You know they say Diet Dr. Pepper tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper. Give me a try of that, Lewis. Zivia, orange soda of choice. Zivia extract, no sugar added. That's fun. Why is that so much fun?
It is pretty fun.
That's fun.
People like F these guys already, right? Hey, so once again, this Nerd Report. You can follow me at NerdLecca on Twitter. You could also, I'm here. And hey, you know what we do best here is if we get one joke that's funny, we repeat it over and over and over again for hours. So you can come and check that out here on the Nerd Report. See you guys later.
Peace.